What's up, everybody? I'm joined today by a special guest, Oshin. I just want to take a second to thank you so much for coming on. It's a pleasure to have you on. This is obviously Oshin from the Timeless Watch channel. Sure, everybody already knows who this is. I don't think you need any introductions. But man, we got some breaking news. The Timepiece Gentlemen deleted their YouTube video. They just deleted their YouTube video, admitting this PR stunt was a disaster, essentially, is what they're doing. I'd love to get your thoughts on this.
Mine? Well, yeah. I mean, I guess they did the smart thing. They looked at the ratio of likes and dislikes. Mind you, if you truly believe in yourself and what you're saying, you leave it up, regardless of the dislikes, correct? But that doesn't seem to be the kind of integrity these guys have. It just wasn't working out. Go figure. And they pulled it down. That's crazy, but
it's admitting you're wrong, right?
Yeah, well, not admitting, just admitting it was the wrong thing to do. Like, let's look at the genesis of the channel. It started out like, oh, let's try this, let's try that. Do you remember the earlier videos where, how much do you think this watch is worth? Remember they went out on the streets and they were like, how much do you think this is? They were trying that. And then they were trying, then he did a real versus fake, a couple of Daytonas or something like that. Badly filmed, badly shot. It wasn't working. And then they did the day in the life where he's just like going around, like getting sushi lunches and selling watches. And it worked. People were like, oh, that's interesting. Look at the day in the life of this guy, you know. And it worked. You know, it's experimentation. So I feel like these guys are like, okay, that didn't work. Let's try a new thing. They're kind of unstoppable, these dudes, and that's, you know, it's like,
yeah, but it seems like this was working pretty well, and they have 10 guys, and this seems like, why wouldn't they just research about like what other ways that people went kind of viral? Man, it just seems like they failed. There was a failure on so many different levels.
Right. Well, a wise man put it very well. He said, "Womp womp womp."
Yeah, I mean, listen,
this is them. Was my biggest fan, right?
Right. This is them admitting a little bit of defeat. I mean, guys, there's only one way that you can really describe it. It's them admitting their mistake, right? At the end of the day, I'm sorry to say, but if you're taking down the video, you're admitting that you're in the wrong. And you know what? I think I respect them a little bit more for that. Like, listen, their response was terrible to begin with. And taking it down is probably the only measure that really showed. I hope they come out with a sincere apology, not some half-hearted.
I love your optimism. That's beautiful. Like, you're thinking, you're seeing what they're doing as some sort of, you're already taking it as some sort of admission or they conceded,
right?
But I don't think they conceded. I think they went, oh shit, this ain't working, let's take it down.
They're gonna say, oh, the audience was just not smart enough to understand what we were trying to do.
or what we meant to say was, or I don't think they're conceding. I don't think you're seeing a moment of, you're getting ahead of yourself, Marco. They're not saying,
I hope they are. Listen.
Oh, we're sorry. You know, the charity thing was very staged, and we were playing the victim card, and we were judging our peers and putting them on some sort of test panel. And no, they're not going to admit all of that. They're going to go, well, that didn't work. So what's his voice? I can't do his voice. He has kind of a squeaky. I can't quite get his voice. I can usually imitate voices, but he has a weird, squeaky, weird. But he's going to say, like, let's try a new angle. You know, let's try a new business angle, and it's all going to be good. You know, he'll do his usual business strategy into a new thing, and all those morons out there will buy it and go, yeah, I love him. He's my idol, man. Because he's a success. people are so obsessed with success, right? That's what they're like. Did you notice on that video all the people smiling at him, just terrified of making an enemy of him, like that he may become the big guy, or he is already the big guy. He's there, like the world is talking about us.
Oh
Did
yeah.
you notice he said that?
Right.
The world is. It's like I felt like saying, "No, the watch world is talking about you." That's about that much of the world.
I just want to congratulate Cars and Chrono for an amazing new pickup. He just got the H. Moser Streamliner chronograph.
Wow.
Absolutely. This is, I mean, guys, we're going to talk watches eventually, but obviously I got to talk Timepiece Gentlemen. It is the biggest story. And my channel does cover watch news, so you know what I mean?
It's watch news. Of course it is.
This is just an absolutely incredible piece. Just incredible. Yeah. I did review his collection on my channel, so if you guys want to check it out.
His collection's bananas.
It's insane. It's the nicest collection I've ever seen. It's the best watch. That's exactly the title of my video, because that's what the truth is. And we got a question. Ross Johnson. Oshin, what's your social media? You want to plug your Instagram for those who might not know what it is?
What's my social media? It's the Timeless Watch channel. It's very easily found.
Very easy. Yeah. Timeless Watch channel, I'm assuming on
Instagram, YouTube, both of them.
YouTube, Facebook, the whole lot. It's easy. It's a long phrase, so if you type it incorrectly, you miss an H or a T or something.
But yeah, listen, I think you are right, Oshin. I think I am getting a bit ahead of myself. I'm hoping that they're going to come out with an apology. They're going to apologize because for me, the worst part about this whole situation are the honest to God watch dealers, right? The secondhand dealers who make a living out of this consignment industry, which is going to get probably killed by this, or it's going to be badly affected at the very least. All the watch dealers who are going to have a lot more skepticism, especially the kind of mom and pop shop. I think what you're going to see is a consolidation, right? People are going to go to dealers that they can trust, and they're kind of going to avoid those smaller secondhand dealers. So, listen, I'm hoping there's like an apology that comes out, but I think you might be right. Maybe I'm too optimistic in all of this.
If you're thinking that they're conceding and they're saying they're putting their hands up, waving the white flag in the air and going, sorry, we're sorry about everything. No, you're not getting that. That's not happening. They're not ever going to say we did the wrong thing. We screwed people over. We made everybody worried for no reason. We're, fifth graders at the back of the class throwing fucking spitballs at people's heads and then putting our head down. Like, they're not going to admit to their ridiculous behavior. They're not going to admit it.
And I'd love to ask you also, do you think this has any reference? I'm just going to pull this up on the screen because I think it is a part of the story that is important. Do you think it has anything to do with producer Michael?
Yes, I think that. I don't know if they did it because of producer Michael. I think Roman did it because of producer Michael. And I don't give a shit. I'm a slightly bigger dude in the watch world, and I was invited onto their stream, and I've streamed before with Roman. But I kind of there's no secret code going on, or at least if there is, I'm not aware of it. I don't give a fuck. Just if you're gonna invite me on the thing and then you decide not to do it, okay, maybe you were all tired. Right. But maybe it was something to do with the fact that 10 minutes before producer Michael pulled, and you're all going, oh shit, maybe we're gambling on the wrong fucking deck of cards here, our hand of cards, I should say. I just, that's what I mentioned how many streams ago was it? 2 streams ago? Whatever. It's just I'm seeing that everybody jump on the side of the guy who's going to be most popular in the end. I hate that. That's disingenuous. That's insincere. I don't like that bullshit. Stand by what you think. And I think that affected producer Michael being a larger channel. And I know that Anthony loves producer Michael. Producer Michael is his idol channel. It's he would play it in the background on the big screens.
Well, he's done a collab with producer Michael, right? Maybe 2 years or so ago.
I don't know. I haven't.
Yeah,
I haven't
Roman
seen
has
that.
definitely done a producer Michael collaboration.
Sorry, no, Anthony.
Oh, Anthony, yes. Anthony
Yeah.
is right up his alley, but I know Roman definitely did.
Oh, Roman did an amazing one. I
Right.
said Anthony, right? I'm not
Right,
that
but-
drunk.
Yeah.
I said
No,
Anthony, right? I
you
didn't
said-
say
you did.
No, you
Roman.
said Anthony.
Okay. Yeah, Roman definitely did one. It's amazing. That was incredible because Roman like finally displayed his incredible knowledge. I mean, I was taken aback by his knowledge of watches, like vintage, crazy, ridiculous watches that are hard to find and so on. Amazing. But no, Anthony idolizes producer Michael, which I think is like idolizing a fucking Christmas tree or something. Like, I don't know. It's like, what do you do? What is the virtue here that you're so inspired by? Wealth? Is that it? Wealth? Is that what you're after? Wealth? Okay.
Right.
So why isn't Bill Gates your idol, or or something like that? Maybe it's wealth plus show it off on YouTube or something.
That's what it
I
is.
don't know, something
Yeah.
like that. We're entering into as I said earlier on when Adrian from Bark and Jack was on the other stream. It's kind of embarrassing to be part of the watch world right now because we have these morons kind of leading the path and being the big news. And I know I'm culpable, I'm complicit because I spoke about it. I'm speaking about it right now. It's just it's upsetting that we don't have some fucking super genius, that we're talking about. Instead we have this dude who's it's just awful. It's just like it's like I left the music industry. I'm still in the music industry, but I left my band. Our band dissolved years ago and so on. So I saw the whole thing in the music industry. But our idols were people like Paul McCartney, from the Beatles, and Led Zeppelin, and so on. These were our idols. These were our kings. When Paul McCartney spoke, we all listened. Now I'm here in the watch world, and who's the fucking big news? This fucking dude who can he even spell? I don't know. Can he write? I don't know. I'm sorry to sound like a dick, but it's like, how educated is? How knowledgeable is this guy? Why are we're in the watch world, for crying out loud?
Right.
And we're following this dude who's, I don't know. So it's just, and it turns out he's a charlatan. Oh, go figure. Like, why are we surprised? But at the same time, there's a thing in the watch world. And I'll shut up in a minute and let everybody else talk. I'm so sorry.
No.
I don't assume this power. By the way, I get ranting, and here I am.
Shane, we love it. Keep it coming.
No, but I'm sorry. But like, I just
no one's here to hear me and Tim talk. Trust me.
no.
We hear
I'd
enough of
rather
that.
no. Everybody
Unless it's in a
talk.
debate.
Yeah, unless it's politics, this debate.
No, I just like, here we are following this dude. Like, what the fuck? Like, why are we watching? Like, it's curiosity. Look. I was talking to a great friend of mine. I wanted him to come on live with me, but he was very tired. We used to do a fucking podcast years ago called the Eye Bashers. We just bash everybody. But this was years ago. We were ahead of our time, way ahead of our time. If we did it today, it would be huge. But this was before people even knew what a podcast was. And I did one with him. And I was asking him about what he thought. And he was like, this guy belongs in with the Real Housewives of New Jersey crowd. And this kind of, like, that's the appeal. It's that crowd. It's not even the Pawn Stars. The Pawn Stars, when they get the stuff in, they know their shit. Like, somebody brings in some old book, they know a little bit of history, or they brush up on it just for the camera or whatever. But they, there's a lot going on. This dude is a Real Housewives of New Jersey or Atlanta level. That's the level we're talking about.
It's Trainwreck TV. People can't help but to watch.
Yeah, and we're into beautiful timepieces. We're into geometry and history. We're into Piguet and Galileo Galilei. And here we are all talking about this dude who like quote Dostoevsky to him. He'll fucking look at blood will start coming out of his ears. He fucking has no idea. This uncultured dude who's just like throwing watches out there going, yeah, I can get you a Patek for this and that. Like, is this what we're reduced to as a watch community? It's disgusting.
Right.
It's upsetting. Sorry. That's the end of my rant.
I just want to mention also, Duco Ted brought up a very good point. I think Watch Gringa summed it up perfect. Who is Timepiece Gentlemen? Yeah, I loved Watch Gringa's commentary on this whole situation. Guys, if you haven't checked out Watch Gringa's channel, please. Guys, it was hilarious. I loved that video.
Marco something.
Yeah, Marco something. On Anthony Ferrer and Marco something.
Something. It was genius. You know that Timepiece Gentleman actually commented on it, and he said he liked it.
Ah,
and she wrote to me immediately because I'm half like responsible for her channel kind of blowing up a bit. Mm-hmm. Only half or less than half. She's great. She deserves everything she got, but I tried to give her a push. So she wrote to me and she was like, "Oh, did you like he comment? No, sorry, excuse me. It was the other way around." I said, "By the way, did you see?" And she goes, "Yeah, I don't know what to do with it." And I was like, and she goes, "I'm half tempted to just not respond." And I was like, royal move. Fucking great. Just don't even respond. Because Watch Gringa will be massive. She will be huge. Because that's pure entertainment, right?
100%.
I love when she goes, these people are obviously way too poor to know who Timepiece Gentlemen is.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to give a shout out Design Atelier because he's got a great YouTube channel.
Amazing.
Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it, man. I'm a
Amazing.
big fan of your channel. And yeah, he puts a lot of time and effort into
Hold on. I have something for Design Atelier.
Go ahead.
I know. Sorry. I can't even remember what it is.
We got a question from the Pine Baron. Oh, we got Cars and Chrono, our good friend Cars and Chrono joining us live. What's going on, my man?
Hey, what's up, guys? Long time no see.
yeah.
I see you got a little beautiful thing to show us on the wrist.
No, I definitely do, but damn, how much has happened since the last time we connected, right?
It's a disaster. I just want to bring this comment up by the Pine Baron. Will there be an apology video? Well, we were just talking about this, right? I'm hoping for it, but O'Sheen thinks I'm being way too optimistic about this whole situation.
No, there will be. There will be. I just think that the reasons that you said aren't going to happen. The apology video will happen. And you know what? It'll be a lot of Anthony doing this. You know, he does this shit all the time.
Right.
You know, I'm into like body language shit and face reading and all that stuff. You know, the person does this, that's when they're trying to control a situation they're not quite sure how to control. When they go like this, well, I just want to tell everybody, and they're trying to do this. They're trying to contain their own anger or their own angst. They push their hands in together. Watch. Remember what I just said. When you see the video, he's going to be sitting at a table with his arms and his muscles, and he's going to go like this. He's going to go. So we just want to apologize for what? You heard it here first.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
That sounds arrogant. Sorry.
No, I mean, listen, I like I said, I think I'm filled with optimism. I hope they make the situation right. But I think this whole, like, them deleting the video is in reference to, one, the Roman response video. I think that's probably the biggest spark that lit the fire, because Roman, at the end of the day, can make or break them. You know what I mean? Like, they will depend on Roman and his contact big time. Roman says, don't do business with these guys. They're sinking. I'm sorry to say it. You know what I mean? And then producer Mike, that's also a bad look. That's just a bad look. You know what I mean? I think Roman making that response video was really the tinder box that kind of started this whole, I guess what you can say, apology tour. If that's going to happen, I mean, we'll find out, right?
Dude, do you guys think that maybe they pulled down the video to edit out the part where they say that they're going to have a meeting with the producer Michael? I think they're just going to re-upload it.
That will get even worse dislikes.
Dude.
If they double down, I mean, that is, listen, you got to have a set on you to double down like that. Right, you got to have a pair and a half. Whew.
Big brass ones.
Yeah.
Hey, Ocean, what time is it over there, man?
It's getting late. I gotta go to bed soon. 25 past 3.
I really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, it's all right.
As
I'll
long as
finish
you
my
stay.
wine and then I'll go to bed. Don't worry.
Guys, they just uploaded another like a
video?
live stream. It's scheduled for yesterday at 6:30 p.m.
Oh, that was yesterday. That was, remember the one that went dark?
That's the thing.
Right. That's that one thing that went dark.
Why didn't they take it down yet? What is happening?
Design Atelier says,
Oh,
look, no matter what they do at this point, it's class. 100%.
100%. And by the way, Design Atelier has one of the classiest channels on watch YouTube or even YouTube. It's amazing.
Incredible editing.
The most effort in videos I've ever, man.
Amazing.
It's incredible. It's
not the
incredible.
most effort. Sorry, not the most.
Some
the
of the
most effort.
okay,
you
one
know
of the
the
most
most
effort.
effort.
Yeah, right.
You know who the most
Right.
effort is.
You just destroyed your camera to make a video.
Yeah, I mean,
I think you definitely take the cake.
When you go up 8,000 feet into the Alps just to get a shot of a watch in the snow, called the Alpinist, but he's amazing. No,
he has
right now.
he puts a lot of effort into editing. Like that's where he's good, and presentation.
It's just a genius. There is no other channel like his channel.
I don't even know how he does it. It's crazy.
Yeah, no one. I mean, maybe there is, but it's not watches, and we don't know about it. Like a lot of people compare Peter McKinnon to Bark and Jack to Peter McKinnon. You know, my daughter saw a Bark and Jack episode. Yeah. She goes, look up Peter McKinnon. I was like, who's Peter McKinnon? She's like, that's everything is, and you know, if you're gonna steal from the best, Peter McKinnon's incredible.
Right. Yeah, he's
I don't know of a Design Atelier exact format. I don't know of it. Here's my big worry about that guy. I plugged him. I plugged him in a video a few videos back when I plugged Watch Gringa. And she was no one. She had 500 subscribers. And she fucking shot straight up. And he got plenty of subs too. But he still... And I was like, is there a conspiracy against this dude? Do they have something against Rube or something? Because he puts out incredible videos and sometimes they get 500 views. I'm like, what? This is the most educational stuff on there. I hope you're watching Design Atelier. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to plug you again and keep doing it, man, because it's amazing. I've learned stuff from your videos. Big time.
Guys, I'm sorry. I had like 80 tabs open. The stream just lagged for a second. I got producer Michael's Instagram. I got everything up, but we're all good. Sorry about that, guys.
It's all right.
But yeah, I mean, listen, I think I want to give the floor to Cars and Chrono because he does have a pretty incredible piece on the wrist. I do want to talk watch. I mean, this is a watch channel after all.
Dude,
yeah, let's do it.
I haven't showed you that.
The Vacheron. Is it the pocket watch? Whew, I think it is what I think it is. Oh, my goodness. Guys, this is insane. This is the greatest table clock ever. It's a pocket watch chronograph by Vacheron.
Oh my god!
Damn,
that is unbelievable.
I have love of watches. I mean, you see something like
guys,
that. Like,
he has probably some of the best wristwatches in the game. Please check him out. What's your Instagram again? Cars and Chrono.
Real Cars and Chrono. Yeah, but I mean, this Vacheron. The pain in the ass with this thing though is I got to continue to remove the glass. And to wind this thing almost every other day, though. But maybe a better view. Yeah.
You have to power it with your love.
Let me pull that up.
But it's super crunchy, also, though.
Yeah,
because it's a chronograph, right?
Right.
It's a super crunchy.
Yeah, they're crunchy winders. I have I'll show you my pocket watches. Hang on.
Guys, also very quickly, I just want to plug our channel. I don't know if JJ is still here. If you can put the link to our YouTube channel, because unfortunately I can't right now.
I am here and I can do that. If you make me, did you make me a Marco?
Yeah, so your JJ LeCoux should be a Marco. Guys, watch and learn. We're going to be doing our weekly. We're going to be doing our weekly news wrap up. So watch news of the week. We're going to do maybe a collection review also. So we're going to be doing a lot of different stuff on that channel, mainly related to watch news because. You know, we do want to deliver a live stream. Watch and learn, guys. Make sure to check it out after the stream. Subscribe and check out our latest video where I stomped JJ's in a 3-watch collection under 20K. Nobody liked me. What is this?
guys, I gotta be honest. I crushed Marco in that video. I hate to say it.
One day just over a 16570. You guys are nuts. I would take the 16570 any day of the week.
This is what happens when you have skill and experience on your side. You know, instead of.
I'll get you.
I'm only joking. Listen, Marco did a great job. We had a little fun, a little battle of whose watch to pick, but really we just want to get subs and people to watch because we think we're doing some interesting stuff. But you know, hopefully you guys like it. It's a baby of a channel. We just started it a couple days ago. It's got like 75 viewers, so it's it's in its infancy, but we're working on it.
Now I do need to ask Cars and Chrono another question because it's a follow-up to the collection review. Now you did say you're going to revisit one piece that I did mention, and that's the Reshep Reshepi Chronomeg Contemporain. I need to ask you what's going on with that.
Yeah, so I saw the note over to them. They got me in the queue, but as you can imagine, there's a long waiting list for that. Pull up the piece.
Pull up the picture.
I mean, these guys are just artisans, right? So, and then this is what's cool about this channel, right? And the folks on here, right? Despite all the noise that's going on, there are groups and folks that just appreciate like just craftsmanship, right? And from a design perspective, and there are so many elements to.
Is that you? Am I on the right guy here? Cars and Chrono?
No, so it's the real Cars and Chrono. That's
the real.
Yeah, the real Cars and Chrono.
Oh, there's a fake one.
Yeah, there's a lot of fake ones.
But for just to give him maybe a brief introduction for those who don't know, Reshep Reshepi, he currently mostly does watches for Acrivia, which is, I think, JD, you got a separate tab. I'm just going to who is that? We got somebody echoing. Okay, I think we're good. Sorry. But he works for Acrivia, but he started his whole journey as a watchmaker at Patek Philippe at 15 years old, went on to FP Journe, then he started Acrivia, and now this is his own watch under his own name. I don't know which one you got, if you got the platinum one. This is platinum, I believe, right? With the white dial.
Yeah, the platinum.
This is spectacular. And this has this beautiful Acrivia movement, manual wind movement. I mean, the beveling on this, the perlage on the base plate, the Côte de Genève, or Geneva waves. I mean, this is spectacular. This is watchmaking at its finest.
Beautiful.
And he's what the industry heralds as kind of the next up, the next kind of Philippe Dufour, the next FP Journe. He's the one that's most often pointed to as the next guy. And I mean, this is a heck of a piece, Cars and Chrono. I don't know how you got this because these are like impossible to get for these are impossible. Like the queue is huge.
Yeah. Lots of friends. You know how it is, right?
Right.
But what I will say, Oshin and I guess Quicker Draw, EDC, maybe you guys don't know, like Marco did an amazing collection review. And what was really impressive was, first of all, he was pretty honest about the stuff he didn't like, which I always appreciate. But part of the collection review is make an assessment of what recommendations, right? And he actually went off the reservation, as well as Tim. Tim actually did one as well, although Tim was further off the reservation than Mark was. But listen, there were some good picks in there. But the Rexepi, that was pretty surprising. And the Cartier. I know you thought the Cartier was one.
So we got a great question. Design Atelier says, did you discuss that Acrivia for only watch just drawing but could be legendary? So as far as I know, it's not a new watch. He's just updating the movement, if I'm correct, right? But yeah, we will be discussing that tomorrow. I will do my due diligence on Watch and Learn. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it is just the movement. The one I'm most looking forward to for Only Watch is the collaboration between Kari Voutilainen, my favorite independent watchmaker. He's doing a collab with De Bethune. So that should be crazy. I am looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah.
Anyway, Oshin, I think you have a pocket watch, right? That
yeah, there it is.
I have a few.
Oh, wow.
I have a Smith's. I have a Breitling.
What's his name? I think
What?
Adrian just got a Smith's pocket watch also, right? That chrome.
I have a Youngans.
Whoa.
Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that one's pretty.
This is my favorite because it's so classic. And someone was saying it was crunchy. Was it you, Cars?
Yeah,
and
mostly, yeah, super crunchy.
Listen to this. Where's my microphone?
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's right. Music for my ears, man. So that's the only thing. That's the only thing that makes it palatable. Winding it every other day.
Yeah.
It's like very analog, mechanical. You talk about mechanical.
Yeah. Look, she's running it now.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
beautiful,
incredible.
beautiful. So do you ever take them out, walk around with them, put a little chain on them?
No. Like in a pocket here? No. I leave them on the desk. They look nice next to cigars and whiskey. You know what I mean? They're ornamental. And the Breitling stopped working. It's not reacting anymore. But look how like funky it is and modern if you were in 1961. Something.
You know, that could pass for modern today as well. I mean,
I guess it could. It could.
It's got a bit of that edge to it.
Yeah, kind of cool.
Yeah, you know what I always thought was cool for a desk? The Cartier letter opener. You ever see that?
Yes, that's the one that, what's his name? He Spoke Style has, right?
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, he has one. Yes, I think that's so cool for a desk.
These are incredible also. This is Acrivio. So this is the main brand of Brechepi. He makes these very kind of avant-garde designs, if you will, in terms of his cases. And these dials are gold, but they're hand hammered. The effect is incredible. I think a YouTube channel, his name is TikToking, probably one of the best for independent watches. He featured one and he showed how they make this dial. It's incredible, guys. You gotta go watch that. You really gotta go watch that video.
Jesus,
really,
look at that thing.
This is nuts. This is just crazy.
Where's it made?
So he's out of Geneva, I'm pretty sure, in Switzerland. Yeah, he's from Switzerland.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, he's still young. I don't know how old he is, but maybe he can't be older than like 25, 26.
Damn.
Maybe 30. Under 30. Well under 30.
So these pieces are handmade by him 2 a year or something?
Yeah, so I think I don't know how much it is, but it's very, very exclusive. I mean, we're talking less than 50 a year, probably.
Yeah.
Wow.
What do you think about? I gotta go to Ireland at some point, and I have to feature a watch. People are talking about McGonigal watches. You know anything about those? It's an Irish watchmaker. I have not heard from him. I've heard from every Irish independent watchmaker so far. Obviously, they're all delighted about the channel, but I haven't heard from this guy. And this guy is the Daniel Day-Lewis of fucking Irish watchmakers. It's called McGonigal. You know?
Yeah, I've never heard much about it. No.
They're like very fancy. They're $50,000. Like they're really
How do
crazy.
you spell it? McGonigal?
MC and then GONIGLE. Some of them are solid gold.
Oh, geez. Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just thinking like what watch would suit there. That's it. Would suit the west of Ireland and those old castles and stuff. I've got to go out to Connemara and places like that, you know. But I haven't heard a word out of this guy. Apparently, he's a kind of a recluse kind of guy.
Have they been around for a while? I'm not familiar. I'm familiar with this brand.
I'm not at all familiar with this.
I did a thing with some the Dublin Watch Group a few months ago, and they were all very, very familiar. This guy's almost infamous. You know, he's well known.
Here's another good pick: is Sartori. If you want to get like a kind of affordable, I guess, customized, Sartori Billard is good. But my favorite by far is Torcy Lane, because you get so much watch for your buck. So you can legit customize the entire dial with up to 3 Guilloche patterns. This is probably my favorite, Sam and Da. I think this looks spectacular. And this is done with a real Roselet engine. And this is the finish. So you get the range of finishing. Frosted bridges. You get, of course, beveling on all the plates. Black polish regulator. I mean,
can you look at the dial, Marco? Can we check out the
Yeah.
dial? So how do you contrast that versus Voodoo Lane? Right, that's the immediate.
This is different leagues. Different leagues, completely different leagues. Voodoo Line and crushes Torcy Lane as much as I like him.
It's got that same look and feel, bit of vibe to it.
Well, they're both Finnish. They're actually both Finnish. He went to the same school that Carey went to, the same watchmaking school that Carey did. But yeah, for $10,000, I think it's 10,000 Swiss francs roughly, you can get triple guilloche on the dial, any finish you want. And they just came out with, I don't know if you guys know Parmigiani Fleurier. They own Vaucher, right? Those Vaucher micro rotor movements. But you could get these now with those same micro rotor movements.
So I just can't get past the name.
I know Parmigiani Fleurier is a terrible.
Yeah, that's how shallow things can be, but man, branding wise.
Right.
Parmigiani. Can I ask you something, Marco? Like, what you have a Batman and a sub and a Panerai, but you're like all into Geneva stripes and all of this beautiful. Like, you're into the vintage beauty, all that gorgeous old artistic horology. What are you doing with those pieces? Is that
so? You need a steel sports backbone, right? You need a steel sports backbone,
right?
And then, like, because you need some of these watches. I mean, listen, Cars and Chrono, the H. Moser double split second chronograph is a great watch, right? But you can't wear that every day. You know what I mean? It's just not like a.
You talking about the Moser or the double split?
The double split Moser, right?
It's a flyback.
It's a flyback, but it's like
flyback.
No,
this is a daily. This is easily actually. Yeah, let me pause.
Isn't it a split second? I think it's a
no.
split
It's not. No, it's a flyback. It's not. Is it split?
I think so. If you engage the pusher at 11, I'm pretty sure that splits it. Because it's an Agenor movement. I'm pretty sure it's that Agenor split second chrono movement.
Yeah, I just love the 70s vibe and the band.
Yeah, the Moser vibe. You can spot Moser from a mile away, can't you?
That movement.
The movement's crazy.
It's spectacular.
That movement is nuts.
Let me pull up a picture of that.
I'd love to get my macro lens on that.
Right.
I'll send it over to you, man.
Send it over to me, sure. I'll send it back to you. I'll film the hell out of the thing. I had a guy the other day offer me a crazy watch to review. He's here in Venice. And he says, okay, so I'll meet you at lunch and then you can film it and then I'll take it away. I was like, are you kidding me, man? It takes me like 2 weeks to film a watch. Like, how long do you think it takes to make these videos?
But yeah, Oshin, to answer your question, I gotta have like a base of watches that I feel I can use every day. Because like a Moser like that, I couldn't, you know what I mean? Like that's
I know, but I feel like you have a true love for this stuff.
I love it.
Yeah.
And the people I know who love that kind of stuff, they hate Rolex, you know.
Right. But
they don't
hate it. They're just like not interested.
I like all watches.
The whole thing though is also
homages, fakes, and shitters. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But the whole thing also is, he's only 22 and on a student salary, so these are quite expensive pieces he likes.
Yeah, of course. Well, so is a Rolex.
I mean, the Batman, the Bruce Wayne was. For those who don't know, by the way, I just want to thank. We have 200 live viewers. And please like and subscribe if you don't mind. Check out Tim over at Tim Wright, JJ at the Gentleman's Hangout. Of course, Oshin from the Timeless Watch channel. Thank you for staying up with me. I really, really appreciate that.
No problem.
It means the world. And check out Watch and Learn. That's our new channel. But the Bruce Wayne, for those of you who don't know, so I did a birthday stream on this channel. You guys could check it out. It was a 3-hour live stream, and between that day and the next day, we ended up raising $20,000, which was out of this fucking world. Like, I cried 3 times. I have no shame saying this. I cried 3 times during the live.
At least 3 times.
Right, at least 3 times, And one of the viewers, MJT, I got to give him a shout out because that guy will give you the shirt off his back, And he said, listen, I want to help you out. You're a good young kid. I'll get you a Bruce Wayne for my AD, and I'll sell it to you at retail price. So, it's just, I don't know what to say. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel I deserve, but I'm just like, it's incredible. I look down on this and I just smile, It's just an incredible story.
Right. I think even though they're not hot horology pieces, like they have a major story. Like he saved up all his money since he's young to buy the sub. And then like we all got together and chipped in to get him that watch. So they have a lot of meaning, even though they're not, super high end,
So every time you look down at the time, does it make you smile?
100%, because it's the watch that the community got. You know what It's just such a special
best thing in the world.
And
you can't buy that.
Exactly. It's like
Cannot
lightning
buy
in a
that.
bottle.
Hey,
Lightning
Marco,
in a
you should
bottle.
get engraved. Have you got engraved with the date?
I don't know if I'd
and-
get it that far. Let's go with that. No, but it has.
He has to
crossed my
keep it
mind.
mint for when he flips it.
So my when I got in Korean custom, and I don't know if you know this, Tim, the in-laws buy you a Rolex. So
I know.
Yeah, they
Yes.
buy a Rolex. So they actually had mine engraved, but what the dealer told me was, you do it so light that if anything ever happens, you can just brush it off, man.
In case of divorce, just
Wow.
in case.
Just in case. So you just have a faint little inscription on that.
Marco, maybe you should engrave it really lightly so that when you break up with this community, you can flip two birds and say, "Guys, I'm out."
And by the way, if my wife is watching this, you know, it's just joking,
His
right?
wife.
Yeah, we're just messing with him.
Yeah.
We're jealous.
Or you could do like Brando, just get real famous. And
Listen, it has
Little
crossed my
self-reliant.
mind once or twice about getting, because it's not a piece I would ever part with. You know, like I would sell every watch before I would sell this one. You know,
Stream is
like,
down. Why is stream down?
Oh, really?
it's lagging
Why is
again.
the stream down? Oh no!
We got to fundraise Marco's Wi-Fi
good.
around, man. Bandwidth.
Guys, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
You get off that Rogers.
Guys,
Probably
I
too many
just got my
cameras.
internet upgraded. I don't know what to
Like
say.
56.6K, man.
Maybe I should turn off my camera. Maybe I'm the problem.
Hold on,
Dial-
1080p.
guys.
I don't
I
know.
don't know what to tell you. It is what it is.
I'm on a
Like,
phone.
Yeah.
I'm happy to bounce, guys, if you need the band.
Yeah, same.
You're all good. You're all good. But it should be back. It should be back.
It's back. It's back.
Okay, thanks. Sorry about that. But yeah, I mean, it's just a crazy watch. But I definitely plan on getting into that horology space. This is going to be my next watch, Ocean.
Yeah.
Which one, Marco? What are you eyeing?
Man, it's hard. Like I was so sad on the 1942, the Vacheron Historiques 1942. I love that watch, and I still do. I still really do. But man, I'm thinking just go crazy, get the Corne de Vache. Just go. Forget it. You know, you only live once. You know what I mean? Like I have such a solid head start. I might as well just go for the piece that, like, because I need a chronograph in my collection. The Corne de Vache. I love those twisted lugs. I love the amazing history of the watch. It's got the 321, the Lemania 2310 Eboche. I mean, everything about that watch, I'm just
You see?
enamored with. You know what I mean?
See?
So
This is
You
it.
need that
This is the watch world.
7787 with it. You have that picture, Marco, with the 7787 and the Corne de Vache?
yeah,
That's
but I
a
can't
perfect
pull it
duo.
up because my bloody internet is spiked. It's gonzos, guys. It's gonzos. I don't know what to say.
Broke his
You're not
poke.
feeling the 21?
I do love the 21, but the thing is your platinum, the one that you have is just so far beyond. I'm just going to turn on my camera. The one that you have is so far beyond everybody else. It's just like I couldn't settle for a rose gold one. You know what I mean? It's just so much nicer the one that you have.
It doesn't mean it. Yeah, I mean that doesn't really have much bearing.
I don't know. It's just for me. Like I would want to get the watch I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
the one
no, I hear
would
you.
want is that one. It's that specific.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't want to settle for a rose gold one.
settle for a rose gold.
Right.
Oh, man.
It's not settling, but you know what?
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you.
It's hard.
It's all good. It's all good.
So funny.
But yeah, I mean, this is crazy, guys. It's all crazy. I still can't believe this whole Timepiece Gentlemen saga. I mean, hey, what can I say? What can I say? It's terrible. I mean, it's really terrible.
Yeah, let's see
Wow.
what happens. Let's see what happens. I hope the watch world is rid of some sort of issue there. I hope it. I mean, Adrian might be right what he said earlier that they're going to come out on top anyway. It's not us that matter. It's not the watch aficionados. Those 2,000 people who unsubscribed today represent a small portion. The rest of them are just dudes going, "Hey man, that's dope. He's got a big gold watch on and he's selling watches and getting on a private plane." And they're not, they're not into this stuff. So maybe it's not his concern. However, he took down the video because there was so many dislikes. I don't know. I'd be happy if our watch world was returned to the way it was, and that was sure. You want shop talk? You got your Roman and your Paul over there.
Yeah.
You want some gushers? You got Jenny. You got me. You got Bart and Jack. You want technical? What's that?
That's the Corn de Vache chronograph. That's the one.
It's absolutely. What's it made of?
Steel. This one is
It's
steel.
steel.
Yeah, this one is steel, which is very special.
Look at those lugs.
That's the
My
best
God.
part.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
It's like a tortoise.
My God.
Well,
it's
it's
beautiful.
cow horn lugs, right? That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Oh, they're
I'm
cow
saying
horn.
The whole shape with the case.
Corn de Vache in French is cow horns. That's literally what it means.
Yeah, vache is cows. Yeah.
Right. Okay, let me
I want to
try
know
this
what's
one more
going to be
time.
the next story that takes down the Timepiece Gentlemen story, like replaces that news. What's going to be the new story that sweeps us?
Shocker.
Well, it was nearly Jody. It nearly happened that it was Jody. Can you believe it? Like all the work he put in over 4 years. And
That's
all
gotta
of a
be a
sudden
nightmare.
it's gone. It was a nightmare for 12 hours and then he got back on. Who knows what it was that got him back on? But that could have been, had he not been reinstated, that could have been the big news anyway, the whole week. I don't know.
Just makes you think. You put all your eggs in one basket, having a YouTube career. You know.
Yeah. It's too
Marco is starting you get a
fragile.
new laptop fundraiser. No, stop it, guys. I just gotta up because I've had this laptop forever. You know, I'm just tough in the run. I'm almost done. I've had this since high school. So I did high school in Quebec. We have CEGEP, and then I almost did all of university with one laptop. So it's pretty damn good. It's tough to run, guys. It's tough to run.
Sell that pizza slice and buy a new laptop.
That's probably a good idea. Yeah, I have a Hamilton. You ever seen that Hamilton, the Ventura? It's a disaster. Let me pull it up.
Elvis Presley wore this watch.
Men in Black.
Yep.
Right. I think it's the 80th anniversary of this watch. It's a disaster, but it's fun. It's a great watch, honestly.
You actually have it there? I thought you were going to show me a photo.
No, he has this watch. This is what Scotty uses to beam him up.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. But it's got a good story. You know, I bought this with my brother and my cousin. We all bought watches that day. So it's pretty, it's just cool, It's a cool memory to have.
Yeah.
They're not huge into watches, but I'm trying to get them into it. I'm slowly indoctrinating them with the idea of getting watches,
Slowly indoctrinating. Nice.
Right.
The memories are nice. I mean, that matters more,
Well, what else do you
some
collect
affection.
watches for, What else?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say they're just material goods, but, they're just like watches. It's about the connection you make with them, the story,
It
how
is.
you feel when you look down on your wrist.
Yeah, it is.
It's a little bit about the artistic beauty, obviously, the work that goes into it. See, for me, I look at a watch and I think of a George Daniels, right? A master watchmaker sitting at his desk 10, 12 hours a day, creating essentially it's a timeless work of art,
You see what? Thanks for the plug. You see what? Every time anyone says timeless, I'm always like, yay. But you see what I mean, Marco? Like you're truly into this shit. You're truly into horology, and it's like the Rolex don't even suit you,
But I do
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. But
I don't plan on owning more than what I own.
You're gushing over, these details that Rolex really don't. They don't really go heavy into that, do they? I mean, they're too.
Well, they used to. They used to, right? They used to, and I think that's kind of the beauty of Rolex is that you could still kind of fantasize that they are what they used to be, I guess.
Well, to be fair, I think Marco does gush quite a bit over the GMT. He loves that model in particular. If I have to call it in 5 years from now, that Submariner is gone, and he has just the GMT.
Even 1 year from now.
He's probably going to cave into my low balling him. No,
Listen,
no.
I've been saying I'll trade the sub for a Historiques 1942. If that offer comes, I will seriously consider it, guys. For a Vacheron Historiques 1940, I will seriously consider it. Which is crazy, but I mean,
How could you not? It's a great deal. That's a great trade.
Here we go. Cooler Fiend's got a good question for you. Timeless Watch channel. Make sure to check them out if you haven't already. I'm sure you guys already have. Thoughts on Elvis, the king of rock,
Amazing.
right? The king of rock.
Incredible.
I'll
I'll tell you things about Elvis that maybe people don't know who don't know Elvis very well. Two things. One, he had one of the greatest bands of all time. His band were incredible. It's overlooked, you know. You think of Elvis, you think of the voice, you think of his smile and all of that. But you have to remember, it was a band. It was a musical endeavor, and oh my God, his band were insane. Everyone in the band sang incredibly well. That's a great thing. You don't have to hire backing singers. Guy on bass can sing amazing backing vocals. So they all sing in harmony and so amazing. The other thing about Elvis is he was one of those great humble people who would ask everyone. He would make conversation with everyone in the studio and so on. He would make conversation and remember everybody's name and their details. So he'd wind up back in a studio somewhere a year later, and there'd be a guy there like fixing the microphones, and he'd be like, "Hey, Tommy, how are you doing? How are the kids?" Like he'd remember details like that about people, about regular people who he didn't have to care about. It's a true sign of a gentleman. He's a true gentleman. Unfortunately, he would fly around the world for peanut butter steak sandwiches and stuff, and he fucking dropped dead.
We got Cooler Fiend reminding everybody. Say thank you to O'Sheen from the Timeless Watch channel for staying up for us. O'Sheen, I mean, I already said it.
This is what happens every time. I was supposed to fucking just. Oh my god! Oh my god! I was supposed to be just like a quick one.
Hey, have you ever thought about starting a second YouTube channel? Just one more glass.
Yeah.
You could do a late night talk show where you just stay up all night and talk.
Well, I would, but jokes aside, I've considered doing a chat show with friends, like a podcast almost. And I've also considered making another channel just in case what happened to Jody happens to me.
Right, you gotta be like AC3, have 3 different channels. This way, one
right. That way, you've got a backup. Now, what happens if they're all connected to the same thing? How does it work? I don't know.
You know, on Jody got a message that he's banned from creating any more YouTube channels. It's like once you're banned, if they find out,
he got that message too.
Yeah.
Oh, you see what I mean? You see, so they'll monitor
you have to be on multiple
IP.
platforms. You know what would be a good idea to do a Twitch, to have a Twitch, because the live streams are actually kind of a Twitch specialty, and that way you're diversified.
Now, I'd love to discuss this with Cards and Chrono again because I just get so few opportunities to talk to you. Now, I've talked about this a couple of times, right? Listen, I think Philip Dufour is one of the very best, if not the best, watchmakers in the world today, right? But it's hard for me to stack him up well against some of the independents like Roger Smith, like Bjorn, like Kari Voutilainen, because the problem is he doesn't make his own cases, he doesn't make his own dials, he doesn't make his own movement parts, right? Now, his finishing is top-notch, right? Maybe the best in the world, probably the best in the world, right? Now, I'd love to get your take on this. Where do you think Philip Dufour stacks up with some of those?
First of all, he's a father, right? I mean, you think about even with the independent group, like he was one of the founding members. I mean, there's definitely OG cred, right, from where he comes from. Right. And the finishing in and of itself, I mean, that could be enough, right? So I understand there's this whole philosophy around, vertically integrated. And, for the record, I think I saw on O'Sheen's channel, right, even Rolex outsources some components, but people just buy into the whole in-house movement things. They think that's really where it's at. So, I mean, hey, listen, how many Dufours are there?
200 in the world, roughly, something like
that. No,
I'm
talking about the person, like the man.
Right? Sorry.
Right, and there's a reason why Dufour is Dufour, right? Irrespective of, you can, and your point, Marco, yeah, I mean, all those other components aren't necessarily made by him, but yeah, his design and finishing are just, I mean, so I don't know. It's funny. I mean, after collecting for some time now, I mean, you will find somebody to criticize any piece, no matter what it is, right? They'll always find some sort of fault or something that's just a little bit off about it. And I mean, that to me is some of the beauty of this hobby, right? Is the fact that we all have different values. At the end of the day, I feel like it's just a reflection of our own value system. And what we're manifesting in our opinion on watches, I think, is just us, who we are as individuals, and it just manifests itself. Anyway, a little bit of a long-winded answer to that, but
I love that answer. I think that's a great answer. I mean, listen, again, it's not to say that I don't respect. I think he's one of, if not the best in the world, right? He's just not my first pick, right? That's not the guy I say, oh, I want one of his watches. But again, it's. I think you kind of summed it perfectly. I think his style, maybe his design, just doesn't speak to me in the same way that some of the others do.
Like, I'll give you an example, right? I think JJ, we've had a discussion. Was it the captain, right? I can't stand Audemars. I mean, I think we've had this discussion. Like, there's just something about the design, the brand, and it just does not resonate with me. Right?
It just doesn't do it for me. To me, it's kind of either. I mean, really, the only thing you're going to really talk about at Audemars is Royal Oak, and to me, like a lot of people say, offshores are goofy to me. I just don't like them.
But you know, even the Royal Oak, I mean, that's fine. I mean, you can have it's actually pretty cool if they just focused on that one piece. I get they can't diversify. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with that. What's that other model that they put? Was it the
Code 5911, whatever that is?
Yeah,
Code 911.
Code
1159. I don't know what the hell.
But even if it was just the Royal Oak, I mean, just the past redesign, just the shape, and on top of it is the brand, right? And then, yeah, the fact that there is a little bit of a hype piece. Not that I have anything necessarily against hype pieces, but it just doesn't connect with me on some level, right? It's hard to sometimes describe, but yeah, I mean, this is the thing that I love about this hobby, right? And you'll have other folks that can't stand this Moser. They think it's, maybe a little bit too dry, simple, antiseptic, and that's fine as well, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I love that.
If I had a choice between buying an AP and a Moser, I'd probably buy a Moser.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe that's
for whatever that's worth. You know, I mean,
but you know what? To me, when I hear, so that's when whenever I see somebody else with Moser, immediately there's some sort of connection. There's probably some underlying fundamental foundation that connects us in terms of why we like Moser, whatever that reason may be, and why people like Rolexes and why people like any brand.
I love their like incredibly interesting modern versions of watches, and the finishing is really high end on them. I mean, the prices are still good. They're a little higher than they were 1 or 2 years ago, but I don't know. AP just doesn't do it for me. To me, it's too. Even the Royal Oak. I mean, listen. If I was gonna buy an AP, I would buy it probably a 39 mil Royal Oak, maybe a 41, but. I mean, I really could go through life without lusting after one, to be honest with you.
Actually, and I have a question for O'Shane. Like, so, I'm a big fan, by the way, of your channel. Like, outside the fact that you're in Italy, but you're a big fan of Rolex. So I don't know if this ever came up in any of your videos, but like, if outside Rolex, like, what would be that next piece that you would connect with? Something that maybe you have your eye on.
Patek. I mean.
Not Paddock.
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 Paddock. I want a Paddock.
Not an MBNF. LM Perpetual. Sorry, I had to throw that one in there.
What Patek? Which
well, a Calatrava World Time. I mean, the Nautilus is here when I'm not. Maybe I should go get it. No, I won't.
Don't get it. Yeah, don't. I don't want you.
No, I mean. No, I shouldn't show it on any channel. That's
except
important.
yours.
Except my own, but I haven't even put it on there. Look, I love high horology, so I'm stuck with the Rolex thing, and everybody calls me the Rolex guy, and that happened kind of by accident. It did. I love Omega. Omega is my big love, and for high horology, I love Alange, and I love Patek and Vacheron.
Mm.
And so on. I love all of those. I should be venturing more into that. I just can't get around to it. I keep getting another Rolex, and then I make a video on it because why not? You know.
Well,
And then it's like, oh, he's such a Rolex fanboy.
But it's also
That's what
important to put into context where you live. Like, you live in a more humid, warm climate, right? Like, wearing a watch on the leather strap is just a little cumbersome. It's not practical either. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
Patek
sure.
straps.
That's not the reason, but
Right,
yeah,
it's not
okay.
the reason. But
I'll
still,
take it. I'll
it's
take
not the
it.
reason, but still.
It's not the reason. It isn't. Also, the Patek dealer here in Venice is kind of a bit of a joke, I have to say. If I'm gonna get a Patek, I'm gonna go back to a different
Wait,
town.
spill the tea, Oshin. What's going on? What's going on with Patek and Venice? I want to know.
There's like a shitty fucking little AD here that has the Patek license, and they're fucking stupid. People know him here. They actually know him by his name, and they're like, "Oh, he's a fucking Egypt." And he just he somehow got the Patek thing. He has Breitling, and he has Patek, in the same little tiny place, and it's right there next to Piazza San Marco. And he has 3 or 4 pieces. That's all he has in the window at any one time. Jesus, guys, I went to Vienna. 2 weeks ago, I got back from Vienna. My God, what a watch town! My God, I got a slap in the face.
Compared to New York, it's not even close. Come on, New York, you guys are blessed.
New York is it's hardcore. New York, but we have Tourneau and stuff like that. Vienna, they have Bucherer. You know, here's the funny thing, right? If you're in the main, huh?
Are you talking Carl
Bucherer? But
Yeah,
they have a Bucherer AD like building
Okay.
where they sell Patek, Lange, Rolex, the whole lot, all in the window. The Omega AD is in the Bucherer building. So if you're in this Stefan Plaza, whatever they call it, the St. Stephen's place, there where the big Stefan Dome is, a lot of people are taking pictures of this building. It's the Bucherer building. I'm like, wow, they have no idea they're taking pictures of like a cool watch AD. I've never seen so many watch places in a quarter of a mile radius or less. Just unbelievable. There was a Chopard boutique, a Jaeger-LeCoultre boutique. I've never seen one in my life. A Breguet boutique with a Breguet tourbillon on the outside moving. Like, I was like, what where am I? It was insane. It made Venice look like a joke, I have to say, for watches.
Wow. Like
a total joke. And they're big. Their equivalent of a Tourneau is called Wagner. Of course it is, right? Because it's Vienna, right? And they have 2 big Wagners, one at one end of a street and the other at the other end.
You guys
and
have Sorry.
Huh?
Do you guys have West Time out there? Or is that more of a U.S.
West Time?
West Time. So it's like a Tourneau where they have a whole bunch of like pretty much all the brands on the sun outside of Rolex and maybe Patek and Vacheron.
West Time in Europe?
Yeah, no. You know, I was
Does
there.
That sound like a European name?
I don't know.
West Time. West.
They would have branched out, do East Time.
I don't know. No, I've never come across one. No.
Yeah.
West Time. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different types of ADs out here. I mean, the big one here in Italy is Salvadori, which is where I get all my stuff. But shit, man, Vienna was a shock. You'll see it in the video when I finally put it together. There are Rolex signs that you can see from space. Like, I was looking up, I was with my daughter, I was like, oh, look at that hotel. That has a huge Rolex sign on the side. And she goes, Dad, look up. I look up, and on the roof, there's a Rolex sign 10 times its size. I was like, what? Where am I? Like, I went to Vienna to look for Mozart, Strauss, Schoenberg, Klimt, Gustav Klimt, looking for all that culture. Instead, I got like Rolex in my face. I had no idea that was going to happen. Amazing. Where do they get the money? I have no idea. But yeah, I don't know. I'm attracted to all that Lange stuff and Patek stuff. That's kind of like my holy grail. I tried on some Vacheron Constantin over a year ago here, a platinum piece. It was $170,000. And I thought, if I ever buy that watch, that's it. I'm done. I'm never going to buy another watch. Once I have a $170,000 watch, Vacheron piece of platinum on my wrist, that's it. And then I have a little beater that I wear.
That's what they all say.
Yeah, I know.
They all
it's true. That's what they all say.
Chrono has been at the exit watch now 10 watches ago.
I know.
No, it's only because you mentioned the Lange, like the Dato Perp, beautiful watch, but I can't read anything on it aside the time.
Like I can't read it.
I can't read any of it. Nothing.
Can I tell you guys something about this watch? This Tudor, it's hard to read. Everybody said it as well. It's like it has the white hands and the white dial. It is. You have to stare at it for a second to see what. Can you tell me what time it is? It took you a minute, right?
4:10.
I'm not sure.
4:10, right?
Yeah, it's 4:10.
Marco got those young eyes.
I got 21:20 vision. Actually, I'm not even kidding. That's actually legit.
I bet it's easier than reading a Daytona.
Yeah, the Daytona isn't easy to read either.
Yeah, apparently, I just want to pull this up very quickly. Apparently, Timepiece Gentlemen made a statement. Guys, honestly speaking, I don't even want to give him any more. I mean, do you want me to pull it up?
We may as well. We're on it. Let's do it.
While you're pulling it up, I just want to say I'm totally against this exit watch theory. I think it's all bullshit. Listen, this is a well. The deeper down you go, you're just going to keep going.
You're right.
It's impossible. I'm telling you. Like, if you asked me last year, would you have a Patek Philippe, Patek, whatever you want to say?
Patek.
I would say probably not. If you asked me if the day after I bought a platinum Patek Philippe, would I be looking for another watch? I would laugh. Like, that's how bad it is. It just becomes a deeper down the well you go. You're just going to keep going deeper. There's no exit watch. I thought I would be satisfied for at least a couple of months. The next day, boom, I'm on the hunt for the next one.
You're right.
Alrighty, here we go, guys. This is War and Peace. You wrote for us. You wrote us a bit of War and Peace. So Anthony Fair. Okay. So everyone is up to speed. I deleted the YouTube videos bringing too much negativity and has groups of people that were never involved with us maliciously trying to ruin our business. Clearly, it was not accepted by many, and we can't change that. We cannot grow and move past this. With that lingering there, as I do not see people letting it die down. Our focus is on the business and our clients moving forward, and all negativity will be blocked out. Terrible. I am more than happy to accept constructive criticism, but negativity and malicious acts will not be tolerated in this organization. If anyone else here requests to be refunded from the group, send me a message and I will continue to process them. We're a young company that grew exceedingly fast. We tried something and it didn't work. People make mistakes. We'll learn from this mistake and grow from it. Gentlemen, Timepiece here for the long haul, and we'll do everything in our power to revive this.
Okay. Wasn't too bad.
I like part of it. I liked part of it, not all of it. I mean, some of the malicious attacks, guys, is
well deserved.
Their own doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's their own doing. Let me pull this back up. If anybody
what do they expect?
An aggressive response. An aggressive action calls for an aggressive response. I mean,
right.
I didn't see. I read a lot of the comments on the video, and I didn't see the once a felon, always a felon. Yeah. I didn't see that shit. I didn't see the usual just normal hate. I saw people reacting to the video they just watched.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's not just being, that's regular criticism. That's legitimate criticism.
I mean, listen, I will echo what you
actually
said.
You know what? There's no acknowledgement of like that using a charity. Yeah, wrong. Nothing. Let's read it again. There's no like
Oh, fuck, I just closed it.
yeah.
The only
There's
good part
no
about the whole
like
thing is that they're refunding people their money.
we take it's like, oh, people came viciously after us. Well, don't you think there was it was your fault that people went after you? I mean, like when you do something like this, and literally they were saying, oh, that's our plan. This is what social media does.
Yeah.
So
Let's
I
see.
think the
Let's
most
go
telling
through this
thing
again.
was
Their plan was to get a reaction.
Yeah,
They just didn't get the
negative.
one they wanted.
They actually they called it a scandal. They wanted to create a scandal.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is I think the most telling thing is when he said, "I'm more than happy to accept constructive criticism, but negativity and malicious attacks will not be tolerated in this organization." Well, aren't they the same Timepiece Gentlemen who were calling out supposed people who were giving them constructive criticism on YouTube, saying, "Guys, you shouldn't be doing this."
Why not ask for constructive
Well,
criticism
how
before
about
doing
their
this?
how about their malicious acts towards Archie, putting him up as the biggest fan, making buffoon noises? So it's okay for them to do it, but not for others. Okay.
He said maybe Marco will go solo. Perfect timing to do this. So, I mean,
Wait, did
Timepiece
they-
Gentlemen is owned wholeheartedly by it's owned entirely. I'm pretty sure by Anthony.
Let me
Right?
see the
So-
beginning of that message.
Yeah, I can read through it again if you
It says,
want.
Dear Tim Wright,
Yeah. Deleted YouTube bring it's bringing
Right,
too much
bring it
negativity and has groups of people that we were never involved with. What do you mean groups of people that you never what does that even mean? You put it out there, you're
Your
involving
viewers.
everyone.
Your
Yeah,
viewers, the people
he did
who are
admit
watching
it was a
you.
mistake. He did admit it was a mistake, right? So
and he is offering to give back the 2,000, which is pretty good.
right,
Trying to-
those I will give him tip of the cap for that. We do.
I just don't see how you could blame people for having a really negative response to a scandal that you admittedly created. It doesn't make sense.
Reading the negative comments on his video, I was quite inspired. I saw there was a genuine feel to the people, that people really want ingenuity, like they want sincereness in the people. They want. It was funny, like it wasn't just a stupid crowd going, "Ha ha! I told you he was a scammer." No, there were people going, okay, like the biggest comment, the one that comes up top because it has whatever 1,000 likes or whatever, was like, okay, so let me get this straight. You messed with everybody's heads, and now we're all to blame because we were confused. Like that, I'm paraphrasing. But,
yeah.
It was something along those lines, and it was endearing to me. I just, it happens on my channel too. I have to say, I'm so proud of my audience because they're such brilliant people. Like I found 40-odd thousand, whatever it is, brilliant people who are smart, intelligent, astute, focused, tuned in. And just reading his negative comments, I was like, okay, this isn't like the stupid crowd at the back going, "Hey, dude, stupid idiot." There were smart. It was constructive criticism. And the constructive criticism was, you did a terrible thing. You did an awful thing. You messed up. But not in the sense that you slipped, like you're normally great, but now you just messed up a little bit. As in the sense that, like, you're not in tune with reality, my friend. Like, it was much more of that ilk. I have to say the comments were fantastic. Some of them were brilliantly written. I was like, wow. I was actually taken aback.
Guys actually spent time.
They spent time. I was like, this is beautifully written and is very concise and to the point. He's got some smart people watching him. He did get constructive criticism. He didn't get the laughing, giggling morons at the back of the bus. He got very smart people, lots of them, hundreds of them, thousands of them maybe, saying, no, this is what you did wrong. And it's disturbing that you can't fucking see it yourself.
I just want to take a moment very quickly to thank all the 258 viewers we've got right now. Guys, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I want to thank Oshin, because I know it is 4:20 a.m. Thank you so much for being.
It's just like
Thank you.
Oh, it's 4:20, Marco.
Yeah, that's why I had to put in 4:20. You know, you guys can do it. Oshi, thank you so much. I appreciate it, guys.
Sure, man. Sure, I love you guys. It's great chatting with you guys.
Make sure also check out my guy Tim Wright on the far right. Check out timwright.com.
Tim Wright, great.
I'm on the far left, actually.
At the Real Cars and Chrono.
Cars and Chrono.
And Gentlemen's Hangout, guys.
Jay LeCouz.
We love JJ.
man.
Hey, Marco, I don't want to be accused of being on the far right. I'm actually on the far left.
Yeah, you're not on the far right at all. You're not.
Tim is a little out there, but
I'm alt left.
Right, he's all furthest left as you can get.
Let me ask you something. We won't get political, but let me ask you something. Tim, what do you think I am?
Well, I think you're like, I would guess, like slightly to the left, like not like center left.
That's what I would say
I
too.
can see it.
Libertarian.
He's like a sensible rock star.
Center left.
Center left.
Anyways, let's not go politics. Let's back to the
Yeah,
I can read people like
normally people think I'm to the right. For some reason, they just guess that.
Well,
yeah,
you're right. I mean, listen, let's just.
Yeah, well, we'll steer off that. That's fine.
But yeah, I mean, again,
I was just curious.
Hey, see,
but I respect everyone as long as they're nice
go.
people.
right? Exactly. As long as you guys are good people.
You buy me a beer, you're my friend.
exactly.
best friend. But yeah, man, I gotta tell you, this whole saga. Listen, he does show a bit of remorse, which I can respect. He does show a little bit of.
Oh,
you know,
God, you're such a gentle soul.
I gotta be
aren't you?
optimistic here, Oshi, and I gotta give people the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? But this is terrible.
Yeah,
It's
but
still-
remorse when you got caught. Like everyone cries in front of a police officer.
Yes.
Once they got caught,
Right.
this guy was reveling. I nearly took a screenshot earlier of him there with his fucking stupid cap. Oh dear God, the cap.
Cooler Fiend's got the comment of the night.
Sitting there like this, with his two bozos next to him. I felt bad for them. There's one guy sitting on this side, and he looks like an unfortunate he's still looking for a job, and he just got hired by this guy, and he's like, oh, he's a successful guy, and I don't really know what he's really talking about, but I trust him. And then on the other side, there's a guy like sitting. They look like such fools next to him. Not to insult those guys, but they look so unfortunate. And he's sitting there with his muscles and he's like this. I was just like, oh Jesus Christ, man, get over yourself so hard. Like this is, and now that shit has gone pear-shaped. Now he's getting apologetic. No.
That's terrible.
Okay, Marco's forgiving you. TTWC doesn't forgive you.
I don't forgive them. I'm saying they're showing at least a little bit of remorse for the situation.
They're showing redemption.
Right.
It's not remorse. It's redemption and regret.
Yes.
There's a difference.
Guilt.
Regret
Like
that their
guilt.
scheme didn't go well.
Yeah, that's regret.
We're sorry you guys didn't get our joke.
It's a thing politicians do. It's called backpedaling.
Yeah.
Well, the worst thing was this, right? ETS brings it all for charity is hilarious, guys. That was the worst.
Yeah, that was the worst.
A charity,
for charity.
To get
They're
yourself
pruning
out
a
of the hole you
bush,
dug. It's terrible. That was the worst.
painting
Like,
oh Jesus, with the
Tim brought
music
this
in the
up. What are you gonna
background.
bring? You're gonna bring veterans on your show next? Like you're gonna give watches? You know, like come on. There's no way.
Yeah,
I'd be behind that more.
They're going to start a new segment called Vacherons for Veterans.
Right, like come on. This is
Veterans
like.
for veterans.
I mean, it's terrible, guys. I'm sorry.
Cars and Chrono, what do you think? How does is this good look for the community? What do you think?
Don't put Cars and Chrono on the spot. He's a
I
gentleman.
just want to look.
Let's put him on the spot. He's here
Let's put him on the
I just wanna
spot.
answer that.
with one
I
of
do
his
have
favorite
another-
YouTubers. Let's go.
Yeah, let's
Put
do
him
it.
full
what you
street,
gotta
Marco.
say.
Let's get this answer.
So a couple of things. One, this is Marco's channel, so I understand why. I don't know. Maybe this is the hot topic of the day. To me, I think somebody else said it right. I view them as in any industry, man. there's the entertainment portion. I mean, this is very entertaining. Like, as much as we talk about, I have a little bit of contrarian view in terms of damage to the industry. So when that first article came out, I immediately spoke to one of my dealers. I was like, dude, this whole consignment thing, do I have to be something worried about? That was my immediate knee-jerk reaction. Immediate. That was the first tech I sent out. So you got to imagine there are folks out there that are asking the same thing. So it definitely impacted the community, but I think that will recover very quickly. I think these guys will be around for a long haul, and it's just very entertaining. And I think you have that in every, whether it's cars, movies, you have the movie purists, right, that don't like the Marvel movies, right, and cars, you have the car purists, right, and they're just that segment of the watch community, and that's fine. They are what they are. I'm not as, I don't know, not up in arms. I mean, it's going to blow over, but this is the hot topic of the day, and I get that.
By the way, somebody mentioned eating at Sam's,
Nick
and
and
what's
Sam's.
it called?
Nick and
Sam's.
For charity.
On the video, he calls that lawyer and he's like, "Get a photo of me at Nick and Sam's."
Right, and he sent that to Archie, right?
Yeah, and they sent that to Archie, and I thought
They sent it to me too.
myself,
I have 700 subscribers. The hell are you sending it to me?
really, he sent it to you.
Yeah.
And so I thought, when was the last time I heard of that? Like, take a photo of me at a restaurant, because it rang a bell. I was like, oh, take a photo as like a little stunt. Take a photo of me just casually eating, like someone else at a different table taking. And I remembered which was the last one I remembered in the public eye. It was Ghislaine Maxwell. Ghislaine Maxwell, who's now in prison,
my
will
goodness,
probably
that,
remain in
Jeffrey
solitary
Epstein.
confinement for the rest of her life for orchestrating a pedophile circle under Jeffrey Epstein.
Right.
She did that. She pulled that stunt. Take a photo of me at In-N-Out Burger, so they think I'm on the West Coast, because you can't get it on the East Coast, right? I was like, wow, he reminds me of Ghislaine Maxwell.
Here's where I'm tossed up. I tell you, this is the part I can't get. Like, I agree with Cars and Chrono as far as, like, listen, everyone has short-term memory. Right now, it's like a thing, but in 6 months, maybe people won't remember this. But I can't say that they'll be here for the long haul, because if you have this terrible of a compass to guide your business, like, if you make these horrible decisions, how long could you actually last,
Yeah, does public opinion matter?
I mean, to think this was a good idea just shows that you don't really have good business sense.
Well, let me
In my
ask you
opinion.
something also.
Yeah.
I'd like to ask Cars and Corona a question, because you mentioned this in a comment on Archie's stream once, that you had consigned watches in the past, and that the next time you're going to think about it twice.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to get your take on this, because you're somebody who has consigned watches, and now you're kind of thinking twice about consigning watches again.
Yeah, so I think that comment, I recall that stream was like a few days ago when all this shit was in the storm. But the reality is, the folks I deal with, they don't pull this sort of shit, right? And it was just my knee-jerk reaction is like, wow, this guy's just disappears. Like, what's stopping folks I've done business with? But again, in my discredit, that was just very knee-jerk. And I was like, oh my God, are folks that I've done business with, are they even capable? Because I got to imagine Anthony, these guys, they've done business, and he pulled it. And I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. He claims he spoke to all the folks he consigned with, which may very well
be true. It's not true. I heard from them. Sorry.
Yeah, but
Sorry
I don't know.
interrupt.
Yeah, no worries. It's just all hearsay from my perspective. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta just trust who you work with. And now that things are, the dust is settling, I do trust the folks that I have a lot of history with, like years, right? And I'm not gonna not work with them because of this stunt. But I think that impact, like people say, oh my God, this negatively impact the industry. I know folks that things maybe look like jokes, but the reality is, how many people really follow the watch industry outside of this very specific core group of folks? And he'll have his audience of guys, as you put it, in the back of the bus, and there'll always be that group in any segment. So, but anyway, answer your question, Mark. It doesn't impact what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, I didn't really cool yet, so I don't know. That's sad if he didn't, because if I was in those shoes and I consigned a piece and he just disappears, I mean, what do you think you're going to do? You're going to lose your shit. You're going to call the cops. You're going to try to figure out what's going on. It's unfortunate for at least those clients that had to put up with that crap. I certainly wouldn't do business with him anymore if that was the case. Right? I mean, I'm just repeating stuff that's been parroted, I think, the past few days. But
Yeah.
again, at some point, hopefully we'll move past this topic and get back to the boring topic of watches and movements and the.
I think that's what's being lost in all this. I think you kind of hit the nail on the head. I think that's what's being lost in all this is our fascination for watch. We're just fascinated with this timepiece.
Yeah, the drama. You know what? Because we have so much drama in the watch industry. This is the best thing since how when is it?
Since horology house.
Inflammatory.
Right?
Hey, one question I had was I know I saw earlier. I think on one of the streams, was it Archie or was it yours, Tim? The guy from Adrian from Bark and Jack came on, right?
Yeah, that was on my stream. Yeah.
And didn't he do a video where he actually praised the marketing savvy?
So
did he explain that at all? Like that, because that's what he's like. He thought it was like
it didn't come up in the conversation.
Right.
Thank you for asking.
It didn't come up, but he did say. I think he said two things. I think he did say that it's all kind of marketing, and he hates the whole subject, and he's going to delete this video. I can't actually remember the exact words, but I do remember he kind of said two things at the same time. That is marketing, and we didn't know how they're going to come out of this. Like, who thought? And actually, you know what? I actually did in my stream. I said that, man, if they do this right, we all can come out because we're criticizing him for this, right?
No,
I was criticizing. I'm saying the wristwatch community has came out criticizing them. And when the lawyer said that, they're just doing charity work, and I right away said, man, if these guys going to post video of them doing charity work, and there is a certain sector of community that will react like, look at all of these people criticizing them. They were actually doing charity work and stuff. And we could come out with like an egg on our face. We could look horrible for criticizing people that were out there carrying water and building homes for the needy. We didn't expect that the charity work that they come out doing would be pretty meaningless, and they're gonna come out gloating so hard, and it just they totally flopped. I mean, there is a way to do something like this, something this disgusting, and kind of come out on top and come out as the hero.
At the point Adrian was trying to get across, and his.
I think he will. I don't exactly remember his words, but I thought he said this is a marketing stunt. I don't know if he called him genius.
He said, if you don't mind me interrupting, he said at one point that it's marketing genius.
Okay,
it's a genius move.
It's a genius move.
I made a video around the same time, I believe. I was out shooting over on the Giudecca Island and San Giorgio Island, and I was tired, and I was getting a lot of people saying, genius move, this is marketing genius. And I made a video basically shitting in the mouth of anybody who said that this was marketing genius, because they were clearly a fucking idiot.
Was this before the lawyer said that they're doing volunteer work?
I think it was. Now,
it's
because
I think
to figure out the chronology. I got home, and I got a lot of messages going, "Yeah, you're right. Like Adrian from Burger Jack is an idiot." I was like, "No, hold on, he's not. What do you mean?" And I watched Adrian's video. I was like, "Oh fuck, he said he was a genius too." Now it looks like I'm saying I'm responding to him, but I was not. But yeah, he did. He came out with a video which he quickly deleted.
Yeah, he did say he's going to delete
anything to do with me. And we didn't even talk about this tonight, that we were all on the screen together. But perhaps it was a little awkward. But he was saying basically it's obvious he hasn't run away with the money. It's obvious he's just moving building. I was a little, when I watched the video, I was like, okay, for one, I don't like the word genius being thrown around with this guy, because this guy is. I mean, it wouldn't know a genius if it
I
stood
think
up in
I
his
said
fucking
genius
stoop.
as well. I think I gotta be
It's-
I gotta be honest.
Yeah, you got to be careful with the word genius. And
Yeah.
this guy's done, and he said it a bunch of times on his own video today as well that he now deleted. Oh, they're saying I'm a genius. They're saying I'm thinking, oh, you got help you finally. The dumb guy in the class got to be called a genius. Oh, you've waited all these years. God bless you. Like disgraceful. But anyway, I was just like. I realized that Adrian maybe thought I was talking about him. I wasn't talking about him. It was like,
But
a lot-
Still,
Ocean,
I mean,
Ocean.
points
As the story develops, I mean, we're I think I didn't know what to think, and then as more and more as they were continually leaking more information, I think
Yes.
every one of us kind of changed our tune. Like I think there would be a possibility of if they, let's say, they black out, and like I think the charity was the wrong way to go about it. I mean that was bad. If they actually moved location, maybe, but I think Adrian did come out and said like this was horrible, and I think
he totally did.
yeah,
I mean, he came on with us tonight and
to
said
correct
he did.
the record, yeah.
He
that's-
retracted,
he
and
did
when
correct
I put a
the
poll on my
but-
channel,
Mm.
I put a little poll about vote which is the most abhorrent aspect of this video, and I gave a little list of horrible. They only give you 5 options. I put in 5 things, and Adrian chimed in immediately, and he was like, it's like a car crash in a car crash. So yeah, it was pretty straightforward what he thought. In the end, my issue, this genius thing being thrown around, is maybe it's a personal issue for me. Maybe it's a personal. Maybe I need to deal with this personal issue, and that is that. I was in the music industry for years, and then I met Kanye West one night in Soho House in New York, and he pretended like he knew who I was. And of course, he doesn't know who I am. But I thought that's such a pro move, because just in case, and later he can ask his assistant, who was that, and I thought. I despise the guy's music and the guy's personality, and he would always throw around this world, I'm a genius. And one of my pains in my life was thinking, like, there's the people out there who go, well, no, other people need to call you a genius. You can't be a genius by yourself. You can't you can't be a self-proclaimed genius. But then there's the stupid people out there who are going to just go, oh, he said he's a genius, so he's a genius.
Those people are easy
because
to
that's half the world or more. I have some friends here who proclaim that it's 80, 90% of the world.
Damn.
And I thought to myself, like, this is what's happening here. Here I am again with this, finding the exact same animal, the exact same creature, self-proclaimed genius in his world, in Timepiece Gentlemen's world. He probably is. And sitting around these fellas that he has around him, they probably think he is. I notice also he surrounds himself with lesser people than him. Like guys who are just simple fellas. They just want a little job, and they're very simple and humble little guys. I notice him placing these people around him. It's quite sinister. I actually think the guy is quite a sinister character. I must admit.
Interesting.
So this is what. Then I thought, okay, well, what would be a genius move? Who's the genius if there is a genius? What is a genius move in this scenario? And I thought, if Roman, because him and Roman are buddies and they talk on the phone every day, right?
Yeah.
And Roman is a very established dude.
Yeah.
If Roman one day in a chat on the phone in private gave him the idea to do this whole thing, and that was going to be a brilliant idea,
Well,
that
look,
Roman
he's a
had
guinea
thought
pig.
of, but never acted on,
Yeah.
in order to undermine the guy and make him fuck himself, so Roman could get more. Then that would be the
movie
genius.
ending.
Yeah, that's the genius.
That would be the plot twist and a half. That would be
That's
the
what
plot.
a genius looks like.
Yeah.
Not the guy who just goes, "Oh, let's go dark" for no apparent reason.
By the way, I got some breaking news. Supposedly, this post, the post that we just read earlier,
Was deleted?
has been deleted. Off the
Oh
Facebook
my
group.
God.
I mean,
Okay.
Because he keeps
Again.
digging a hole. Because his
Like-
post was
right.
disingenuous too. He keeps being disingenuous
Some
over and
things are
over
just
again.
better left unsaid, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
stop.
just-
Shut your mouth. Because don't make any more. What's the phrase? I think somebody actually reiterated it on one of the comments. Better to be thought a fool, keep your mouth shut and be thought a fool than to open it and remove all doubt.
Mm.
That's what's happened. I know I have a bit of
Damn.
vitriol going on here, guys. Sorry about that.
I mean, look, it's
I don't blame you.
interesting.
I really don't.
Yeah.
blame you.
Oh, I know. I was thinking about when you were talking about Kanye West when they did the episode on South Park about Kanye West a few years back, probably maybe 7-8 years ago. It's one of the funniest, and like I don't really watch a lot of like that stuff, but it is one of the funniest South Park episodes I've ever seen.
Oh, really? I need to watch
It's
it.
incredible. Just type in like "gay fish" or something like that. I think that's the name of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I'll find it.
Gave-
I'll find it. They're geniuses. They're geniuses. They're geniuses.
That episode in particular is one of their more clever episodes. It's really really fun.
So,
Yeah, you don't go on a TV show and say I'm a genius. Other people call you a genius.
right. You can't.
If
you
you
can't
are
self-declare yourself one, right? Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just
can't.
look like a prick. You look like a prick.
You look like a fucking idiot. And the truth is that the great geniuses of the world would never ever
They're-
call themselves.
they hate
Even
that.
if we all call them a genius, they repudiate the claim.
You ever,
You
you
know,
know who Tom Brady is?
Yeah,
When
right.
people call Tom Brady the greatest quarterback of all time. It's like I cringe at that. You know what I mean? I want people to tell me I suck so that I can go back in the gym and get.
Marco, can you pull up Ryan Singer's comment, like 3 up, the one at me?
Kanye married.
No, the one above that.
You like fish sticks? This one right here.
Yeah, that's one of the whole things from the South Park episode.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
I
watch,
just-
read it. Yeah, read it.
Hold on. I just want to read this very quickly from Aussie X-Back because I think it is a good point. I do want to touch on the subject. You can get forgiveness, but not trust. I'd love to go around the panel. How do you think, if there is a possibility at all, that they can dig themselves out of the hole they've kind of built for themselves? I mean, is there a way out? Is there a light at the end of the tunnel? Is there a pivot that they need to do? An apology?
Just be
that they-
sincere, man. I mean, anytime,
Right.
just be sincere and honest. I mean, it's not that complicated, right? For them, put out
I
something
agree.
that doesn't smell of bullshit.
Right.
I mean, it's
No
not-
lawyer
whenever-
statements. No
whenever somebody
coordinated
lies,
garbage.
Yeah, we didn't mean to hurt people, but apparently you did, and we hope one day you can get over it.
And I think people
Yeah.
respect that, actually, despite everything that's happened, right? Because it actually takes a brave soul to, in that sort of forum, to actually admit something when everybody's just basically bunkering down. People like comeback story as well.
Right.
If you're sincere and honest, right?
He started with a comeback story. That's
we
why
do
he
have-
began.
and that resonated. Actually, that
yeah.
resonated.
It did resonate. And as I said on one of the previous streams, I never held it against him ever.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We
It's
got
all right.
Random Rob in the chat. I really do like his channel, so I just want to give him a shout out. Random Rob. Soon we want to be talking about this short time, and it will pass. I mean, that's very possible.
I want to have a random Rob desk in my basement.
Let me say something to you guys. Horology House. What's that?
Oh, that's
Horology
Chris
House.
S3 who sold that fake Daytona.
Yeah.
And got punked.
We all
Yeah,
remember what he did. Osama bin Laden.
REG says, question for the group. What if he did a real apology? Would you accept it?
Yeah. Serious.
He's not capable of a real apology. You're asking a circle to fit into a square. You cannot. If you're the person who came up with this thing in the first place, you're not capable of a real apology. They are not compatible units. You're asking a lizard to fly.
And yeah, I think this is
Wow.
A real apology you'll get from a real person, and the real person would have never done the thing in the first place.
They're
Sorry
gonna
to
have to
sound
do a
cynical.
lot of self-reflection, a lot of looking in the mirrors. They have they would
This reminds
have
me
to.
Remember, let me remind you guys of a few things. Not only did they fuck up doing the move, they made a video bragging about it. This is like Hitler going, not only did I kill the Jews, but it was the tastiest thing I've ever done in my life.
and one thing that I found funny also in their video that they now deleted was he was like bragging. He's got all these investors that were going to invest with him but never did. He's like, oh yeah, they're on the phone. They're like, oh, I'm so stupid. How stupid do they feel now? They don't feel stupid. They didn't invest with you now. You know what I mean? Like, it's like they took the time to just brag in front of.
It's really bad.
Do you know that they also claimed that instead of $2,000, they will be now charging $4,000 to be in that secret group?
Good luck with that.
I mean, that's the rough right. Random Rod says most of us don't live in that world. We don't deal with them. So why are we so fascinated with? Well, it is a watch.
It's just a story. What's wrong with Random Rob, dude?
Tomorrow it's going to be over, and we're not going to be talking about it. We can only talk. We're talking about it.
It's just news.
Yeah.
What's wrong with talking about the news? I don't understand this thing. Like, why are we so fascinated? Well, we're fascinated with the new Rolex releases. We're fascinated with, I don't know, let's say Breitling go out of business tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll all be talking about that. We all talked about Jodie's channel getting, it's just news. Right. Imagine turning on CNN when 9/11 happened and going, why are you talking about this? Why are you so fascinated? It's the news.
This what again?
I don't know. I'm just fucking get frustrated. We're talking about the news that's happening in the watch world. Random Rob, you're a legend, man. I fucking love you. Stop that nonsense. Jesus Christ. We're talking about the fucking news. What's so weird about that? This is the news of the day. Yes, in a week, maybe it'll be different news. And then in 2 weeks. Don't ask us why we're fascinated about the news of the watch world. We're watch people.
Right. This is the biggest thing that's happened in this community in a while.
It's interesting, and it's the news. It's what's happened. You know, if I fucking what do they call when your body explodes by? Oh shit, I can't remember. Combustible, whatever. If I explode tomorrow, everybody will like, what happened to Timeless Watch Channel? Yeah. And Random Rob will become, why is everybody fascinated?
Guys,
because
make sure
Ocean exploded in Venice. And he's in the canal. Jesus Christ.
We got Ocean Explodes, guys. You gotta like, comment, subscribe for this. Ocean Explodes.
Oh my god.
He's gonna do.
Oh my god.
Got the Timeless Watch Channel.
I don't want to hear this crap.
DC and LV says a sign of a leader is the willingness to surround yourself with strong people. Anthony can never do that. I think that's definitely part of the problem. Too many yes men telling him that all of his ideas are great. There's nothing that he can do wrong. I mean, it's terrible. This is the thing. Random Rob says we're talking about the actions of the mad. Yeah, but what else do you want to do?
There's also a life lesson here, guys. A life lesson.
Yeah, the actions of the mad was Hitler and have another drink too till you say, okay, I'm going to bed soon. Don't worry. I'm not that.
I'm gonna end this stream in 15 minutes, 15 more minutes, 2 hour mark, and then that's it, you know.
The mad and the crazy they make news. They do things that make news. It's true. And we talk about them.
Muhammad said, can't ignore the elephant in the room. There you go. I mean, that's perfectly well said. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we need to get that out of our system, and then we'll move from there.
Right. But I got to tell you, man, back to the watches. I would love to talk more watches because I think what the situation has told us is we have an appreciation for watches that go beyond the kind of look at me, the kind of facade, right, that maybe a watch will bring out. And I think that's the most important part is that I hope at least, again, I'm being the overly optimistic guy in the room. I hope this will turn people to really become more entrenched in the history, the love, the appreciation of watches, of horology, of watch movements, of how watches are designed, created, conceived. I mean, Oshin, I remember you were on the first time, I think, on Tim's, right? Where you were talking about time, how it's malleable, and how we have no idea what the hell time is, and we have no concept. Man, that live stream blew my mind. It totally changed my conception. I mean, you brought this up, right? We might not be here today or know the Americas today if it wasn't for time, right? Exploration. We needed pocket watches, marine chronometers to tell the time. Otherwise, we never could have explored the world. I mean, time has revolutionized human history in a way nothing else has, and especially timekeeping. And that's what I want the most from this situation. I want people to get enthralled with that history and do a lot more research and fall in love with the world of horology. That's what it's all about.
Wow.
Absolutely.
I think this is what it's
Behind
all about.
you 100%.
This lesson has taught us all. You gotta love your passions, your hobbies, and go at them for the right reason.
Yeah.
I mean, hey,
Oh yeah.
I'd love to end it off on that, but I just said we're gonna go another
15 more minutes, dude.
15 more minutes.
You can do whatever you want, Marco. You know.
You know what, guys? I think I'm gonna end it on that. I think that is a great way to end it.
Yeah,
Guys,
it's a nice ending.
make sure to watch. Oh, hold on. How do I do this? TTWC, the Timeless Watch channel. You follow him on Instagram, follow him on YouTube if you haven't already. I'm sure you guys are. Check out timwright.com, at The Real Cars and Chrono on Instagram. Of course, my guy, Gentlemen's Hangout. Make sure to subscribe to his YouTube. Guys, tomorrow we're going to be doing a weekly watch news on our new channel.
No, that's Friday, Marco. Friday.
On Friday. Sorry, not tomorrow. On Friday.
Marco
But
lost
check it
track
out.
of time.
Right, it's been going so well. But guys, please make sure to check out that channel. Also, Watch and Learn. It's called. I would really appreciate if you dropped a like on this video. If you subscribe to my channel, I'm on the road to 1,000. I really appreciate all you guys.
You don't have 1,000 subs yet?
No, I'm close.
Very
Me and
close.
JJ,
Okay.
we're very.
Me and
close.
Mark, yeah, we're neck and neck. I think we both got 730 or something like that.
Well,
Okay.
I sound like 800.
All right, so soon, not to sound like I'm some sort of fucking wizard or bullshit like that, but like I'll do a thing where I talk about cool channels,
Oh, awesome.
and you guys are
shit.
the guys.
I knew I fucking love this guy. Look at this guy. What a fucking guy.
Thank you.
This guy, I love him. I love you to death, Oshin. I appreciate
No,
it.
like not to sound like let me bless you with my, no, I'm fucking genuinely, because I don't do shit that's not genuine.
I
You guys are
appreciate
fucking
it.
great. You're great commenters. Marky, you know so much about watches. It fucking boggles my
It's
mind.
the only hobby I like. I don't like cars. I don't
What
like
age
anything.
are you?
I'm 22. 22.
Oh, dear Jesus Christ.
I'm
I
in
was
for the
22,
long
I
haul.
no
I'm in for
idea
the
what
long
it-
haul. What can I say?
God
Guys,
bless you,
I
man.
appreciate you guys
Fucking,
coming
that's
on.
incredible. God bless you. God bless you. And
Oshin,
JJ, I
I know so.
love your fucking real shit. You know?
I love
You're
you.
so real. I love the Brooklyn. So yes, I'll fucking promote you for whatever that's worth if it helps you out.
Oh, we greatly appreciate it.
I'm delighted if I can do anything like that. Absolutely. Thank you very much, guys.
Appreciate you guys. I'm going to end it on that. Thank you
Incredible.
so much again.
All right,
Make
see
sure to
you
like,
guys.
comment, subscribe.
Good night.
Check out my
Cars and
bros.
Chrono, lovely to meet you. Tim,
Cheers,
congrats.